Hi everybody, this is Robyn Z at Wagner Subaru. We've had our first blast of winter here in the Miami Valley, so we're going to talk about a feature that some of you have called us with questions about, and that is the X mode in your car. We're going to start with the Crosstrek, which has one version of the X mode, and we'll move to a couple of the other cars and look at the feature overall. In the Crosstrek and other cars, X mode is very simple. It has a button. When we turn the button on, you'll see icons come up on your screen, and that's how you know the X mode has been activated. All of you who drive Subarus already know how fantastic the cars are in snow and ice. There's nothing that beats a Subaru on the road in the wintertime. The X mode is an extra tool in the toolbox that gives you functionality year-round. Especially in the winter, the X mode is useful in extreme conditions of snow and ice. Other times of the year, it may be valuable for loose gravel or mud or any kind of off-roading situations that many folks enjoy and find themselves in. We're now in the Forester Sport, and we'll be showing you a different look at X mode in this car. When you activate the X mode, it has to be activated at 12 miles an hour and below. It's like an ultra-low gear, and it's for getting through extreme snow and ice. And how the car does that is when you press the accelerator, it accelerates much more gently. There's not as much torque in your acceleration, and it engages the all-wheel drive much more slowly. You can accelerate all the way up to 24 miles an hour, and at 25 miles an hour, the X mode will automatically shut off. So it gives you the opportunity to get through whatever tricky situation you're in. It can be very helpful for people who have hilly driveways and you're trying to get up that driveway or down that driveway in the wintertime. Many of the new Foresters, here's what your X mode looks like. In the Forester Sport, Limited, and Touring models, as well as the upper trim levels of the Outbacks, you have an additional tool with the X mode that allows you to go into deep snow and mud. And that feature actually turns off the traction control and essentially turns the car into a four-wheel drive vehicle instead of an all-wheel drive vehicle. The difference being that with the four-wheel drive, all four wheels are spinning to get you through a 23-foot snowdrift or to get you through or out of deep mud. Now we're in a Forester Premium, and the X mode looks a little bit different in this car, so we'll show you that. One of the things you might have noticed in the cars we've been sitting in is the little green car going downhill. X mode has another component to it which off-roaders appreciate, or if you do any hiking and camping and driving in extreme hilly conditions. There is a hill descent control with X mode, and again, if you activate X mode at 12 miles an hour and below, as you're beginning a hill descent, the car will hold whatever speed you have set the X mode at, and it will maintain that speed as it goes down a very steep hill. The car will utilize braking if necessary, but mostly it's going to be your transmission holding the car at that speed. In the new 2020 Outback, you can turn on the X mode by scrolling to it at the top of your main screen. So we can turn off and on and go into X mode from here. You can also go into X mode from the car button on the screen and turn it on from here. Two different ways to get to the X mode in this car, and the functions are the same in this car that we've already talked about. Thanks again for joining us today, everyone. We hope you found this explanation of X mode to be helpful. Again, I'm Robyn Z with Wagner Subaru, and remember, Wagner Subaru, love the experience.